Oh yeah. Hi, my name is Ted. I'm a skateboarder for 25 years, and I'm the owner of the skate shop called 2 Feet Skate Shop. Today, I'm gonna help you out how to select your first skateboard. So, first thing is safety. You want to make sure you're not doing something crazy that gets you to hurt pretty bad, break a bone, or rare cases you might die. So don't try to do something too reckless like what you see on TV, like how pro skaters skate. Try to watch your surroundings and then try to watch out for other people and then try to learn gradually and don't try to do something too recklessly, like basically like don't jump in like 10 stair, jump down 10 stair, or drop in like 10-foot quarter just thinking it's going to be easy. It's actually very dangerous. So like slow things down, like learn step by step, and we do have some video to help you out how you can do that, so check out our videos on that too. All right, so like first thing you probably did was like try to find skateboard online, like which everybody does nowadays. So like you probably typed on Google or Amazon or Walmart or something like that, and you probably tempted to buy like say like 20, 30, $50 skateboard, and some of them even has a very famous pro skater's name on it, and it's only $25 or $30 or something like that. Uh, First thing I want to tell you is like don't buy those things. Those are very poor quality. It's usually made with like cheaper bearings that breaks easy or lower quality trucks. This part is called trucks, and then like the kingpin can be loose, and they eventually break apart, and then you're gonna slam on certain thing, or you're just gonna get tossed out. So don't get those skateboards. So for those of you who don't want to spend too much time on this video, I think this video could be pretty long. So I compiled a list of the brands you can buy that is very trustworthy in skateboarding industry for many years, and some cases even decades. And those companies are this picture right here. This picture, and then I'll compile the list of skateboard links that you can buy, which is I find a very good deal. And some of them could be ours if we can offer you a great deal online. Usually we can, but if we can find some good deals, then like we'll post some of our links too. But other links, we're not making money off of it. We're just gonna straight link the skateboard companies and stuff, so that like you can buy directly from trusted companies. And only thing is you need to know what size of the deck you're gonna get. So make sure to watch like next couple minutes, which I'm gonna talk about it right now, and then decide on your board width of it, and then find the link below. So I made this chart. I'm going to post it on the video, but you can pause it whenever you want to on that when you want to take a look at it. So basically, if you're a younger kid, and like say 4 to 8 or so, I would say the width of the board is around 6.5 to 7.5 inch. So like when they say 8.0 on your skateboard, that means the width of the board is 8 inches. So in this case, for younger kids, 6.5 to 7.5, and the length of the board is 27 to 29 inches long. So my daughter is 5 years old, and she skates 7.5 inch wide and then 28 inch long board. And when you're younger, the length of the board is actually a little more important, because when you're trying to control the board, your leg needs to be somewhere around here, which makes it easier to control the board. And if board is very long, like little kids can have hard time turning and stuff and actually doing tricks and stuff. So younger kids, I would say 6.5 to 7.5, and the length is 27 to 29. And then you go up like 8 years to 12 years old. I'll say the board size is now gets a little bit bigger. And then this is 775 board, which means like 7.75 inch wide, and about like 29.5 to 31 inch long. So this is around age 8 to 12, and then 12 to 15, I'll say you're getting close to regular size skateboard. So say like something like size 8 skateboard right here could be good, or 775 to 8 will be good for size age 12 to 15. And then 15 and up, like basically like you're in the realm of like pretty much you're grown up in terms of like your size. So then you can start skating something like 8 to 8.5. It doesn't matter, whichever feels good for you. Like if you stand on it, like if you're on a taller side, I'll go closer to size 8.5. If you're shorter side of things, I'll go close to size 8. And then if you're really tall or like big guy, I would say like try to get something like this VX deck right here. This is coming from Santa Cruz, and then Creature Skateboard has a VX deck as well. This is carbon fiber, 2 layers of carbon fiber in between, sandwich in between maple layers, which makes the skateboard a lot stronger. And then Powell Flight Deck is another skateboard that has a carbon fiber, 2 carbon fiber layers on the 2 side of the skateboard. I mean, like on the top and the second to bottom layer, there's a carbon fiber layer, and then it makes the board a lot stronger, so you don't have to worry about breaking. Like usually, I'll say like maybe like if you're over 200, like 20 pounds or something, then I'll start to feel like I should get something more stronger skateboards. So, and then I want to go into a little bit of concave and the wheelbase. So concave is basically the curvature of the skateboard. So some boards have a deeper concave, and then some boards have a mellower concave. So like usually if they state the concave shape, it's often mellow, medium, and then steep concave. So generally speaking, I would say for a beginner, steep concave is better because it gives you better contact with the grip tips and stuff. When you try to ollie, you're gonna have better contact with the grip tip and actually make the ollie happen a lot easier. But eventually, someone like me, I've been skating for 25 years. You start building different preferences, and then I actually like a little bit more mellower concaves because it's easier to flip for me, but it doesn't mean it's easier for everybody. And then there's the different concaves on different companies. For instance, this looks very flat right here. Like you can see, like there's not a whole lot of curve going up like that, versus if you look at this one right here, there's like a little bit of curve going up. This is not even really steep concave. This is like about like a medium concave, but you can see like there's a little bit going up right there. So like that's kind of like measurement you can see to how deep the bore is in terms of concave. The wheelbase, when they say like 14-inch wheelbase, it means like here hardware holes right here to this hardware holes are 14 or 14 and a quarter. For the most part, 14-inch wheelbase will be good for a lot of people. But if you're taller, then you want to go a little bit longer, like say 14 and a quarter or 14 and a half inch. And generally those boards gonna be a little bit longer. Like say if this was 32 inches, those will be like 32 and a half inches or 33 inches boards. And then you can, if you're smaller, you can go shorter wheelbase. So like in this case right here, this probably like 12-inch wheelbase or maybe 11 and a half. I'm not 100% sure, but it's shorter because it depends on your height and then how much you can stretch out. So then like if you're taller, you will probably like longer wheelbase, and then if you're shorter, you'll probably like shorter wheelbase. But for the most part, 14 or 14 and a quarter is like pretty sufficient to just about everybody.
Oh.
So you're probably wondering what kind of grip tape you should get. One I have here with me is a mop grip tape, and then another good one is a Jessup grip tape, and then Grizzly, Iron Horse, Shake John, and like those covers probably like most of the grip tape in the market. And then try to get just normal grip tape. Don't get like fancy ones. You know, it's like the actually normal grip tape is like most like reliable grip tape. So just get regular grip tape. Going to trucks. Okay. Trucks. These are called trucks. So what I have here with me is like a most common good quality trucks, which is Tensor, Venture, Royal, Silver, Thunder, Destructo, Mini Logo, Crooks, Independent, and then Ace trucks. So each truck has like a different turning radius. So I aligned it here in a way that this side turns the best, and then this side is most stable trucks. And then like it's not always good to have well-turning truck. Sometimes you want stability, and when you want stability, you want something like Tensor, Venture, and Royal, Silver. Like these are pretty good stable trucks. And then Thunder, Destructo, and Mini Logos. Like it's like somewhere in the middle. Like Mini Logos actually have good turning radius, but it's so like short, like lower profile. So then like if you turn too much, it will hit the board. So we call that wheel bite. And then the other thing is a weight. Like so if you're like small kid or small girl, you probably have a hard time moving the board around. And then those cases, I'll say Tensor Magnesium lows. Tensor Low Magnesium is very light truck, and then Thunder Hollow Lights is very light truck. And then Mini Logo is kind of like for a very value price. It's pretty light. It's not like light, but it's a fairly light truck. And then the height of the truck. So like if you're trying to learn how to ollie and stuff, you're probably gonna want like a little bit low trucks. If it is too high, especially if you're short or little kid, it's gonna be really hard to pop the board like this if it sits so high. So like in terms of that, like you want if you want lower trucks, again Tensor Low Magnesium is pretty low. Mini Logo trucks are pretty low, and the Venture Lows are pretty low, and then Royals pretty low. And then if you want like more like curvy turning, like ride bowls and stuff, then like you kind of probably want like a little bit higher truck with like more turning radius, which is an Ace truck, Independent truck, and then generally speaking, if you're like big and tall, like you probably don't want to get lighter trucks with like hollow truck kingpin or hollow axles and stuff. So like try to avoid that if you're say like 200 pounds or above. So if you want to go more into detail, we're gonna have this video at the end linked to truck videos. So it's just gonna cover trucks. So like you want to watch if you want to go more in depth into the details of the trucks, and then bushing. So bushings, let me explain a little bit of bushings. So bushings are the one that holds the so kingpin holds the entire hanger from the base, and then where it meets the hanger, there's two rubber pieces right here that holds the skateboard with the kingpin nuts and stuff. And so that's how truck can move around like this a little bit. So usually you get most of the companies, like your bushing durometer is like 90A. So what's the durometer means is like it's how hard the rubber or plastic pieces are. So if it is plastic, it's no good. But this is polyurethane rubber. So like usually it's 90A when you get them. But then like if you get smaller mini logos, it'll be something like 88A, which is like so if numbers start to go down, it means softer. So if you are lighter, you want to go more softer. And then in order to go softer on bushings, so in order to go more softer on the bushings, you have to go lower number of bushings. And say like if you're a little kid, I would get something like 78A bushings. And then if you go, if you're bigger, I'll go with harder bushings, which is higher number than 90. So like say 92, 94, 96, 100. So like depend on how much you want to get bushings to be harder. You want to add like, say like if you want to be a little bit harder than 90, then go 92. If you're going to like quite hard but like not too much, like 94. If you want really hard bushings, then get 100.
Sorry.
So since we covered durometer on the bushing side of things, I want to go into just a little more on the durometer. Durometer is basically industry standard on how hard the material is. It could be rubber or plastic. That's it's called Shore A durometer. And then normally in skateboarding we use about like 75A to 103A. And on the wheel side of things, most of the wheels are actually 99A or 101As, and then there's some wheels are 103A. Can I get some Spitfire wheels? Yeah. And maybe some more Bones wheels?
That's a good description. That's 101 and 99s.
Yeah.
Check those.
So like this case Spitfire, this is one of the most popular wheels. 84. And then this case, this is 103A.
Oh, that's even harder. That's 84B.
Okay, 84B.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
hard.
Yeah. So short B is like a different number, so that could get confusing. So like if you want to look at what's the short B is like a more harder number basically.
Yeah.
So
that's 103.
Yeah, this is 103A. This is like one of the hardest wheels in the market. And then like Spitfire most popular wheels, 99A and then 101A. It says 99 duro and then 101 duro, which means it's a durometer. And then if your riding surface is rough, say like you want to, so like 99A and 101A is usually around skate parks. So smooth surface area, like 103A is the same thing, just a little bit harder. But if you want to skate somewhere smooth, I mean more rougher area, like say like your driveway or something like that, that requires like a little bit of cushion of the wheels, then like you want to go down to the numbers that are smaller number, like say like 90A for a wheel is quite soft, but then like you can go all the way down to something like 78A. And then when you go down the number, you probably want to like add like a couple millimeters, because of the fact that softer it gets, slower it gets. So like in order to compensate that, you want to add a little more millimeters. And what is the millimeter? millimeter is a metric, like length. I'm sure you know that, but I had to say it. But normally, if you go to skate park and do want to do a lot of flat ground tricks, you usually get 52 or 53 or even 54 millimeter. That's the height of the wheel. And then if you want to ride bulls, go fast, sometimes you go with something like 56 millimeter, and then like say like 97A, 95A. Those are softer but bigger wheels, just a little bit. And then if you go something like, if you want really soft, there's wheels that are like 78A and then 83A. Generally they're a little bit bigger. This case is 56 millimeter, and then this is 55 millimeter. When you start to go have like a little bit bigger wheels, now you kind of want to have these risers. So like if you are say want to have 58 millimeter, I would say get a 1/4 inch riser. And then if you want to do something like 56 millimeter, then I'll get 1/8 of an inch riser. So it's a half the thickness of a 1/4 inch riser. And then bearings.
Here you go. Bam.
And then okay, so most people, like in skateboard industry, most trusted bearing is Reds, and these are $20, usually around $20, and then they're good price and good quality. But like if you want to go really fast though, I would recommend like Swiss Precision, Bone Swiss Precision, or Bronson Raw here. These two have been very good feedback from a lot of people we sell them to. And then like value wise, like I like these Spitfire cheap shop bearings. These are pretty good. And then mini logo bearings are pretty good too. So other than that, like there's a bunch of other companies, like Andale is like one of the good company, but like a lot of other companies I tried like usually wasn't as good as these guys right here. So like Bones Reds, Bronson Raw, and then Swiss Precision, and then these are ceramics. Like you probably don't want it when you're just starting it. Same thing goes to this guy. This is ceramic, and this is ceramic too. These are expensive, and for people who skate like 50 mile per hour, they probably need it, but not you. But anyways, so cheap shot right here, Spitfire is a good value for the for bang for the buck situation here, and then mini logo bearing is like a good value. So yeah, I did the deck size, and then deck concave, wheelbase, truck size. Oh, truck sizes. Okay, I totally forgot actually. So truck sizes like are very confusing. So like basically you want to match the width of the board with the length of the axle right here. In this case it's sticking out. You don't want that basically. So like this truck is well fitted for this board right here. So which is 825, and this, like you can see, it's like a very well fitted. You want it to be pretty much level, like parallel level with the so how do you figure that out, right? One of the problem is like each company has different sizing. So when you see like different companies, independent trucks have like 139, 144, 149, and then so this case you have to look at their charts and then see what size they recommend to skate, and then you can figure out from there. And generally speaking, every company has their own sizing, and some good company like Crooks, Mini Logo, and Silver, their size matches the board size, so like you can just look it up pretty easy. But the independent has a 139, 144, 149, and what does that even mean? That's usually millimeter on this side right here, here to here. And the H truck has its own size. So I'm just gonna post a bunch of pictures on the charts, and then you can pause it on which brand you want to skate. So yeah, like that's the truck sizes, and then you just need to see the chart. Once you decide the deck size you want, then like based on that you see the truck charts, and then you can figure out what size truck you want. Okay, I think I covered just about everything. If I missed anything, please let me know, and then give me a thumbs up if I helped you out a little bit, and then give me thumbs down if I confused the shit out of you. And then so we're gonna make like extensive video on decks, trucks, like separate video for decks and trucks, and then wheels. And then so if you want to check it out, it's gonna be probably linked sometime soon here, like here, 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 here. So check those out. And if you want to follow us, that'll be great. And leave me a comment if you have any other questions or video that you want us to make and whatnot. So yeah. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. Okay.